talk about flowchart. And flowchart is a graphical representation of an algorithm. It is a method of solving problem or solving algorithms. So a flowchart is consisting of a graph of geometrical shapes and some lines which are make the connection between the geometrical shapes. So we've got two main elements in the flowchart. They are the geometrical shapes and flow lines. And what are the function of each of them? The geometrical shapes are used when you have stuff like statement. For example, when you are getting input, producing output, doing some process or anything like that, when you have a condition or stuff like that. While the flow lines are connecting those geometrical shapes together, and it shows how the program executed in which order. Here there is an introductory example of writing a flowchart. For example, when we have an algorithm for multiplying two numbers, so we are in every flowchart we are going to write down the starting terminal. This is a starting terminal, and at the end of every flowchart we have the ending terminal or the stop of your flowchart. So in order to multiply two numbers, we need to get those numbers. Okay, get number A, get number B. Then we are doing the process. We are calculating the multiplication, A multiplied by B. After that, we are showing the result. We are printing the result. We are displaying the result. So when we done that, we are coming to the end of our flowchart, which is the stop terminal. You see, we have got some different geometrical shapes, and the function of each of them is different. So we are going to talk about that in the upcoming slide. So what are the flowchart symbols? Here we have some flowchart symbols. For example, this one is called terminal. Is used whenever you are starting a flowchart and stopping a flowchart. Every single flowchart must have a starting terminal and a stopping terminal. This rectangle shape is used when you have some process, when you have some command, when you have some data manipulation or stuff like that, when you are doing some arithmetic or logical operation, anything like that. And this parallelogram shape is used when you have when you are getting data as input or printing a data as output. This is a decision when you are coming to some point in your program, when you have to possible solution, or when you have a condition that goes to yes or no, this condition is true or is false or stuff like that. We are going to talk about them in real life examples. And this one is a subroutine or function shape. When you are in a flowchart and you want to call an external function inside your flowchart, you need to use this shape. This is one page connector. When you are having a flowchart and you want to connect somewhere to somewhere else inside the same page, you need to use this circle shape. But this one is off page connector. When you have a flowchart, a portion of your flowchart is in one page while another portion of your flowchart in another page, so you are going to connect them together using this one. This is a comment or description shape in your flowchart. While you are writing your flowchart, you are having some inputs or outputs or process. If you want to write down some comment or clarification for these ones, you need to use these lines in order to do that. This is the flow lines while we are connecting your geometrical shapes together, and it shows you the direction of the execution of your flowchart. Here we can see what are the shapes, and this one is a terminal, which is the starting terminal. This one is an input shape. Okay, this parallelogram is an input shape. This shape is used when you are getting inputs, and this one is used when you are doing some process. So for example, the process is A multiplied by B, while this one, which is the same as this one, is used to produce some output, and this one is the stop terminal. Program ends here, or the flowchart is ending here. Here is we are explaining the comment or description lines. For example, here you are saying read n m. You don't know what is n, what is m, but you can write down comments here. N, the number of students, m, the number of subjects or stuff like that. And this one is a process, and this one is a condition, and this is stop terminal, and this one is the starting terminal. Here we can say what is the circle shape is used for. When you have a flowchart in the same page, we have got some portions. For example, here this circle is connected to this one. They are having the same number, while this one is number 2 is connected to this one. So this is a portion of flowchart, and this one another portion, which are inside the same page. So in order to connect them, we need to use this circle, okay? And you need to number the circle in order to know which portion of the flowchart is one is connected to. Here we have off-page connector, while we are having a portion of a flowchart in one page, while the other portion of the flowchart in another different page. So we are using this shape in order to connect them together, while we are using this shape in order to connect the portions of the flowchart which are inside the same page. This one is a class exercise. It asks you to calculate employee income tax based on the following formula, and you need to display the name of the employee and the amount of tax on the screen. So we are having the starting point. Then in order to do this, you need to get the name. Why? Because you don't know what is the name of the employee. Then you need to show it as well. So in order to calculate this one, you need to get the monthly income and the number of kids. So in the input shape, we are getting those variables, those data. Then you are coming to the process, which is calculating the tax based on the given formula. When we did that, we are going to display the name and the tax, then end of our